Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel AI with Ashrita. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to use ChatGPT step by step. So make sure you watch this video till the end so you can transform from a zero to an AI hero. So let's get started. First, open up your browser, or if you're on a mobile, just download an app, or just open up Google and type in chatgpt.com. When you type in chatgpt.com, you should come to a screen like this, where it says welcome back, choose an account to continue. If you already created an account, you can log in back to your account. If you didn't, you can create an account. Create an account is simple. You can just log into your email or Apple or your phone number. After you create an account, it will come back this. Since I already created an account, I'm just going to log back in. There's an option that's saying log into another account. You can have two separate accounts, one for work and one for normal time, or something similar to that, where you can maintain two ChatGPT's separate accounts that you can use depending on your needs. Anyway, after you log in or after you create an account, you're going to come to a screen like this. In the middle, it has a question bar. On the sides, or the left side specifically, has a lot of options. On the top has a few options, on the bottom not so many. Let's focus on the middle right now. In the middle, what's on the agenda today? You can ask any question you want. Ask anything, as it specifies ask anything. You can ask a question like, can you give me a recipe? Oh, that's not a question mark, but it's okay. When you ask this question, ChatGPT will give you a recipe, vegetable fried rice. If you want something to be random, try it out. Make it random. But if you're looking for specific recipe, like if you're looking for like a noodle recipe, it's like nice simple noodles recipe, you should probably be more specific. You can't expect ChatGPT to read your mind and say, oh, that person wants noodles. You have to give it specific details that you want. Now I'm gonna say, give me a noodles recipe. There you go. Now ChatGPT understands your question and says vegetable noodles. But now, here, it just gave me vegetable noodles. If you want chicken noodles, or if you want stir-fried rice noodles, or Maggi noodles, or do you want like fried noodles? It depends. It depends on what like wording you give. You can give me. I ask, give me a noodles recipe. But if you ask, give me a chicken noodle recipe, it'll give you that. Give me a creamy noodle recipe, it'll give you that. Another way, you can say a less spicy one and 5 minutes recipe. Now, I gave it more description. It was a big question. It was give me a recipe. Then we got down to noodles. Then we got down to less spicy one and a 5 minutes recipe. Then there's much more better answer. Mild butter noodles. Well, now I'm gonna say include. What should I include? Let's include chicken. Let's include chicken into the recipe. Here's a less spicy 5-minute chicken noodle recipe. Now it says chicken noodles, mild and quick. Now look, it's amazing. But see, what if you don't have time to read all of this? You can just ask it to give in bullet points. Give me this in simple bullet points. Now ChatGPT understands your question. And now look, one packet instant noodles. Do you see how it changed? It's used after breath. All of this is just too much. And you scroll down, look how simple and solidified it is. It's very easy to read and understand now. So now what if I say, give me in a essay format. Now this whole recipe, voila, this is a whole recipe, a whole essay of a recipe, more like. Now I asked the essay, so it gave me essay. Sure, here's your mild chicken noodle recipe in the short essay format. Now look, it gave me an essay. You can type in whatever you want. Now, on the bottom, for every ChatGPT question, it'll ask you if If you want, I can make even simpler three-step version for kids too. It'll ask you depending on your need. See, if you want, I can also write a fun kids-friendly version of this essay, so it's easy for children to follow and even try cooking themselves. So I'll give you a follow-up question that you might want to ask. You can say yes. If you say yes, it will give you answer to this question. It will give you the answer to this question, and it's much simpler to understand with the terms. So it's all about description, formatting, and whatever you want. If you want an essay, ask for an essay. If you want bullet points, ask bullet points. And don't just get an open-ended question. Get a thick question. Thick question meaning get a good question that ChatGPT will answer. You can ask it any bad question, but make sure to give it description. Just don't be like, can you explain that? It'll be like, okay, 1 plus 1 is this. It'll give you like multiplication, subtraction, that. But if you wanted to explain you like difficult problems like area of a rectangle and stuff like that, you have to say, can you explain me how to solve dash problem? Then ChatGPT will actually understand your problem and will give the answer based on that. Next option. On bottom of the toolbar, you have three options. Ask anything beside it. There's use voice, dictate, and add files and more. First, let's start with the right side. Use voice. Use voice is an option where ChatGPT is a person. Basically, ChatGPT is a person, but it talks back to you. If I say, I feel interesting today. Can you surprise me with a recipe that I never tried? Then ChatGPT will say, sure, here's the recipe. Well, let's try it out. Can you give me a recipe of noodles? But I don't want to be very hard. I want it to be easy, simple, and for kids to enjoy.
Absolutely. Here's a super simple and kid-friendly noodle recipe. First, you'll need 1 packet of instant noodles, like plain or chicken flavored, about half a cup of cooked chicken. You can use leftover chicken or rotisserie chicken, a small handful of mixed veggies like peas, carrots, or corn, and a little bit of soy sauce or a dash of ketchup for flavor. First, cook the noodles according to the package instructions. When they're done, drain them and set them aside.
Did you see that? ChatGPT was basically talking to me. I stopped it because it's gonna give me an essay format because I recently asked essay. So it has in mind, okay, you asked an essay for this one, so you probably want an essay for this one too. If you don't want an essay, you have to be specific. I didn't be specific, so this is what I gave. If you wanted to give you bullet points or sentences, you have to ask it. Anyway, back to this option. I talked to ChatGPT. This is very useful when you're cooking or multitasking. If you're multitasking, you can just click on this button and say, hey ChatGPT, what is 5 times 5? And it'll say, sure, 5 times 5 is 25. Then it'll be easy to write. Or you have to go type, what is the thing, what is 5 times 5? It'll be easier, but this is much easier. The one down point is to this is it'll not give you all the text. It'll read it out to you. It'll think like you're cooking. You're cooking like an omelet. So you're like, okay, how long do I have to let my omelet sit on one side? I use this button, use voice, then it'll give me a feedback with reading it. It just says first, you need this, you need that like that. It'll read it out to you. That's an amazing tool for ChatGPT has. Next tool, dictate. This is basically the same thing, but you just it's text, it's voice to text converter basically. You can see how it works. It's kind of self-explanatory, but let's try it out. Now, after noodles, can we make noodles in a pan, which is very creamy and perfect for a dinner recipe? Click that check button and you can see your text. Now, after noodles, can we make noodles in a pan which is very creamy and perfect for a dinner recipe? Amazing! If you have a big paragraph or like an essay or like a paragraph that you don't really understand from a text, you can just read it out and use dictate button, which will read the whole thing back to you. Now let's send this question in. It will not read it to you. Only in the voice button, it will read it to you. This button just says text or voice to text converter. It's not voice to voice, basically. Now, there it is. Perfect. Now, this option, add files or more. If you have like a diagram or something like that, you can upload it right here. It says image, video. I already used it, so it'll not show up, but it'll say video or image. You click on the image and you can take a photo, or you can upload a photo from your gallery and you can insert it. If you have a pie diagram or like a little circle and half of it's like people prefer noodles and half of them prefer like pasta, it's a diagram. You can type it in like 50% prefer this, 50% prefer that. But if it's harder, like 3.5 prefer rice, 2.5 prefer naan, stuff like that, it'll be harder. So if you can just take a picture and send it to ChatGPT and say, can you transfer this to this? Can you make this an essay? And stuff like that. You can use ChatGPT for whatever. You can use it for subjects, you can use it for math, science, anything you need. But always remember, do not use it for cheating. Use it for learning, improving, and exploring new options. Don't say, oh, now my math problem is solved, let's just copy it down on my paper. Learn from it. Ask for explanation, why, how, and when is it solved. So it'll give you a clear explanation of how this is solved. Okay, next options. On the left, you see a lot of options. First, let's start right here. Right here is your chats. So I asked a recipe suggestion. And if you are a new user, you probably only see one. But if you use this multiple or a couple of times, as you can see I did, it has a lot. Whatever you type here is called a chat. Chat is a chat. It's like WhatsApp. It's basically like profiles, but it's chats. So this is a chat. Every new question you ask, if you ask a recipe, go ahead and ask it here. You can ask a math problem like 2 times 2. 2 times 2. A math problem, right? See, this is the problem. You see, I asked for a noodles recipe. Now I'm asking for a math problem. Which is different? A recipe and a math problem are different. So try to separate chats. If you have a t-shirt and a skirt related, it's like clothing. So put them in one chat. If you have like bed sheets, and like farming, those are completely different. So make sure you put them in different chats. Now it's an example. Up here, I asked for noodles. Now I went down here. 2, I asked 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Now, could you clarify what do you mean by 2 times 2? Are you asking for a math multiplication or a recipe proportion? This is where a new chat comes in handy. A new chat is a different thing. See, up here is a new chat. And if you click on this first option, you can ask 2 times 2. And it'll say, oh, my bad. 2 times 2 equals, there you go. Now, when you ask this, it'll say 2 times 2 equals 4. Now it understands it's a math problem because I didn't ask anything up there. When I automatically type 2 times 2, it asks me if it's a table, grid, or a multiplication. And you just had to put equal to and it'll give it. If I go here, this is noodles. So it's always going back. It's like if you type in a noodles recipe up here and if you type in a fried rice recipe down here, it'll always go back to that noodles recipe up here. If you type an A question here and a B question here, that B question, when it's answered, it will say, do you mean from A question this? So B, use another chat. It'll make your response way clearer. Because if you go back to this one, recipe portion or math multiplication, come on. You should know. You probably be like, ChatGPT, come on now. Obviously 2 times 2 is this. So See, you asked a noodles question before, so you probably should do it in a different chat so it understands it's a multiplication question, not a noodles question or a recipe question. So make sure to use new chat. Anyway, so I clicked on new chat. I asked 2 times 2 this. So I asked this 2 times 2 equals 4. I asked this. This is a new chat. All the chats you open are saved down here. Isn't it amazing? Like, look at how many times I use this thing. It's a bit crazy. So every single chat you open, every single chat you asked it in, every time you open new chat, or every time you click on this ChatGPT button, or every time you open ChatGPT, it'll give you or come to you a new chat. In the new chat, you can ask your questions. This, that, this, that. It's an amazing, wonderful tool. And then next tool is search chats. Search chats is also a useful and helpful tool, should I say. If you're a beginner, you should probably see a 1 or 2 or 3, a couple of them in this your chat section. But if you quite frankly used it a lot, sure, it probably like piles up and yeah, it's a mess. Now, what if I want to go back to that cupcake recipe I asked like a few months ago? Now I want to make them. So, oh gosh, now to find those cupcake recipes. That's where new search chats tools comes in handy. You can ask a recipe, not a recipe, a chat that you already asked before. See, this is the ones I asked today. Now I can ask cupcake. Oh, look, I asked this question on March 11th. Wow, look, air fryer cupcake recipe. Now I found it easily. Now I can make my cupcakes. Or else I have to let's find it. It's such a bad thing. So that's why your search chat option comes in handy while you're doing these type of things. So make sure you put that in mind if you use this a lot and want to revisit back. Next option, images. Images, we all know. AI is most known for making images and videos. That's how it all started. Images, obviously. ChatGPT can create images, but make sure to be specific. Like in the new chat button, you have a question right here, your question bar right here. I said to be specific, or else it'll just give you something. So be specific. Here's an example. What if you want an apple? The first thing that comes up to ChatGPT's mind is a realistic apple. Boom, it'll give you a realistic apple. But what if I want a cartoon apple? But that's not I don't want the realistic apple. I want a cartoon apple. Then you have to say cartoon apple. And there it is. Boom. But now I want lovely bright green leaves and a nice big apple tree, and nice big leaves on the apple tree. Then you have to type that in. An apple tree with beautiful red apples and bright green leaves and brown branches. And it'll give you an amazing picture. There are some styles in AI right here. This is flower petals, gold, crayon, paparazzi, clouds. A bit random images, but these are some styles you can try. You can say, give me a watercolor apple, and it'll give you watercolor apple. Can you give me a apple that is on a strawberry painting? You can go up to your needs. You can go up to your expectations. You can type anything you want. You can say, I want an airplane dancing. It'll give you an airplane dancing. But the better description, the better response, or the better image or video you'll get. So always put that in your mind when you're typing an image. Next one, apps. Apps is the one that most people get confused. Let me explain it clearly. Apps is a part in ChatGPT that you can link it. Here are some only apps that you can link. You can't link like YouTube. You can say, oh, I'm gonna link my YouTube. These are the apps that ChatGPT allows you to link. There's future, lifestyles, and productivity. So you can go to either one of these and link it. For example, let's go to booking.com. If you have a booking.com app and you can link it to your ChatGPT, it'll be perfect. As it says on the bottom, find hotels, homes, and more. You can just type chat if you don't know when your hotel timings is or when the next flight for Europe is. Just ask, hey ChatGPT, when is the next flight out for Europe? And it'll give you right here, right there. You can also set your location to ChatGPT. You can say, I live around Menominee Falls. Don't give you direct location. Just say, I live around like Chicago. I live around, I don't know, like Seattle, Washington. I live around California, and somewhere around that. You can say anything. So it will say the next flight from California is this to Europe. So if you can link it, it's like amazing. You can link to Spotify. For example, if you link to Spotify, you can say, "Hey, can you play my all-time favorite playlist? Can you play my liked playlist?" Then it'll say, "Okay, this is Ashrita's liked playlist. I'm gonna play this." Then it automatically plays it for you. It's basically acts like a Gemini or not Gemini, Siri or Alexa or a Google. It's like the speaker things. It's basically that. Or you can just type ChatGPT in basically. Next one is deep research. Deep research is basically if you ask ChatGPT a question, it researches the whole wide network. It researches every network that is available, every platform. It like goes if you type in, can you find me the recentest news, the recent news? It'll like search all around. It'll say, okay, the recent news from Abu Dhabi is this, from Dubai is this, from India is this, from USA it's this. So it'll give you recent things. But what if I want it to be only targeted to a specific spot? Only I want to know about how Russia's news is going. Then you can be like, what's going on in Russia's country? And it'll give you Russia's country. You just need to insert a news link. And it'll be much easier. So basically, let me conclude this and let me summarize this actually. If you give it a link, like if you give it a Walmart link and you ask it to, can you search me a lamp in a Walmart link that you gave it, it'll search in that. Or else it'll search in the all brands. Next step, deep research. Deep research is basically deep research. If you just ask ChatGPT a chat, or if you ask it a question, if you say, can you find me a lamp that is in good affordable price? It will look in Target, Walmart, IKEA, Amazon, everywhere. But what if you only wanted to look in Amazon? And then you can just insert the link in here, or you can just say, can you only look in Amazon? But if you put it in deep research, it will be much better, trust me. So if you insert the Amazon link in here, and you type in, can you find me a lamp? And it'll give you this. It'll give you a lamp. It only will search in Amazon category. It won't search in Target, Walmart. It won't do that. You only give it one website, and it only looked in that. You can share other ones too. You can share Walmart and IKEA, and then only look in those websites. So you give it a website and it only looks in there. It only specifically looks in there. It doesn't go to other websites, does it like it does in normal chat. Next one is Codex. Codex opens in another tab. Codex, this one is basically a coding app. This is where you build code. You can build a weather app, as it says right here. You can build weather app, you can create code, you can create websites. It's basically Codex, and you have to download an app, as it says. Next one, projects. Projects, it's like folders. If you have all stuff that are photography related, put it in a folder. If you ask like what camera is a better camera to get, that's a question, and you can group questions. That's basically a project. And then if you ask what camera then the next question could be, what is the best lens that can go with this camera. And if you all group that into a project, and in the end you can ask it, okay, so I'm going to Best Buy right now. So what do you think I should get? Which camera, which lens, all that stuff. It'll give you it right away because you put in a project. So group it together. Group all the math stuff together, group all the social studies, science, like English, all that, group it together. So if you ask it a question, it'll go to that folder, answer to that folder. Next one. On the bottom, we talked about your chats, all the chats that are saved. Next, let's go up here. Oh, let's click this because we were in deep research. There we go. Next, let's go down here. My account. My account, it's my account. On my account, you can see some plants. Actually, some plants. Okay. Now let's go down here. My plants. My plants are my account is my account. Down here, some settings. Upgrade plan. ChatGPT runs on a low brain. It doesn't use too much power. It just uses power, just medium power. But if you want to upgrade it and if you want to create or ask it more complex questions, make sure to upgrade. You can try it out. You can see what AI can do. You can ask questions. See, this is the free version. It doesn't give you too much. If you upgrade it, boom, look how many more it gives you. So you can upgrade it if you have much more. If you use ChatGPT very often and it includes very complex questions, you should probably upgrade it. Or if you use it for business or work, upgrade it. If you just use it for homework and stuff like that, just use the free version. It does your job. And this is for business. If you're like on a business, or if you're buying it for a large amount of groups, you use the business plan, obviously, so it'll give you a better price. Okay, back here, personalization. Personalization is where like emojis, how the character talks and stuff comes in. Emojis. I asked about like noodles recipes and stuff like that. So it gave me some emojis. It's like, here's some key points, here's like noodles emojis, all that stuff. And if you're like more professional and you don't want it to be like jolly and stuff, you can change the emotions button. You can say use more emojis. I want it to be fun, adventurous, use more emojis. If you're professional, use less. Don't use that many emojis. Just use them once in a while, basically. And these are all like that. Warm is like how friendly and more personable. How you can be like, oh, I really don't feel good now. It's like, oh, okay, should I crack up a joke? If it's like more professional, it'll be like you can ask it a question and say, yes, here's your answer. It won't say, yes, sure, here's the answer, ma'am. It won't be like fun. It would be like more professional and formal. Next, enthusiastic. It's more energy and excitement, less calmer and neutral. These are all set to default. It depends on the question you ask. If it's like nice, very formal, like English, it'll give you a very formal like answer. If it's like fun, it'll give it fun. And nickname, you can enter all of these in. You can say, okay, I work in here, and you can put a nickname. Like if it's like my name, and if I don't have a nickname, you don't need to put that in. What should ChatGPT call you? Usually, it depends on your account. If you log in, because mine is Ashrita Vasari, so it says, hi Ashrita, this is your answer. If you want a nickname, it can be like, hi Dash, hi Cupcake, here's the answer, like that. So as you can personalize it depending on your needs. And all of this stuff is basically like data controls and stuff. Next option is basically your profile. You can change your profile picture, your display name, and stuff. And settings, basically your security is a personalization, but like other stuff too. last options. On the top are temporary chat and a group chat and just these. Temporary chat, you know, oh, there you go. You know how I said, all the chats you type in, it'll give you stuff like this on the bottom. Like if I asked it for a recipe suggestion, and it gave me a recipe suggestion. I asked for a cupcake, and a cupcake, it gave me a cupcake recipe. So all the chats I asked, or all the questions I asked, it saved down here. But what if I don't want it to save? And I don't want it to save, I just want it to temporary. You can turn on temporary chat. If you click on this button, this says this chat will appear in your chat history. Chat history is basically right here and won't be used to train our models. The last sentence is meaning how if you ask ChatGPT more baking questions, like which temperature does cupcakes have to reach before it's fully cooked? How long do I need to put in my French fries? How long, like all the baking questions or cooking questions related, it will give you usually a cooking answer. It's like if you ask for a recipe, it'll give you a baking recipe. If you ask a recipe, it'll give you just like a normal recipe. Like I don't ask for recipes that often, but it gave me a vegetarian recipe. Let's go all the way up. Can you recipe vegetable fried rice recipe? Because it doesn't know what I want. But if you ask it more consistently questions, if you ask more like, okay, I'm gonna ask all farming questions, it will give you as like any question you ask will give me a farming answer basically. It's basically identifying who you are. It's like, okay, this person is a farmer, so this person probably is looking for farmer questions or farmer answers, so I should probably get ready for that. Or yeah. So temporary chat is basically, yeah, temporary chat won't be like in this. Temporary chat, if you want to go back to it, you cannot go back to it. You can't say, if you ask it a question here, and if you try to search that chat that you asked here, it would not pop up. So make sure to use temporary chat if you really don't want to go back to it. But if you do, just use normal chat so you can always go back to the chat you opened. The air fryer cupcake recipe, all of this is basically what you ask is a summarization of the title. Like if I ask for a cupcake recipe in an air fryer, it'll give me a cupcake recipe air fryer. It'll just summarize basically what question you asked. Then you can turn off temporary chat. The next one is a group chat. This is basically goes back to the option of a folder or a project. Never mind, a project. A project is basically where you group all a type of questions in there. This one is a group chat. If you ask a group chat is add people to your chats to plan, share ideas, and get creative. Use ChatGPT together. A group chat is basically if you for example, if you want to plan a birthday party, you can invite all the people you want to have you can invite people to get creative. You can be like, okay, if I'm hosting a birthday party, I'm gonna get my sister, my mom, my dad, some of my friends who will help to set up this birthday party and organize the birthday party. Then you can start a group chat and you can ask ChatGPT. You're like, what colors are the most appropriate and best for an 8 years old girl for a birthday party? And it'll give you quite a couple of options. It'll give you, okay, if it's boy, like blue and gold, if it's girl, purple and pink. It'll give you options. So other people can look in this look at the ChatGPT option and ask questions to say, oh, does orange and blue look together for a boy? And then it'll ask it, then other people can see it. So a group chat is basically WhatsApp groups or Facebook groups or Instagram groups or like a platform groups where all the people meet up in one spot and ask questions, answer questions, or share facts information. But this ChatGPT is also involved in this, and ChatGPT is an AI, so it's like a person in your group which then ChatGPT answers your questions. Next, Up here is free offer. Free offer is basically goes back to the plan upgrade. So yeah, if you like, you can down here you can like read these, get simple explanations, have short answers for common questions, then have long chats or multiple sessions, create more images faster, try image generation. So save money, limited. So yeah, if it's free, it's obviously doesn't give you too many options. It'll give you them to try out for like few days or like once per day. But if you over here, if you plus it, you can, yeah, it'll give you better things. For free, you can see what AI can do. For plus, more access to advanced intelligence. Yeah. So if you plus it, it'll give you more better answers. If you don't plus it, it really doesn't matter. It's just not that advanced as the plus one. If you're like running like a business or if you're at work and you have some questions for ChatGPT, you should probably like upgrade your plan for ChatGPT. If you're just asking it once in a while, homework questions, recipe questions, should I look for Walmart or Target for a better lamp, stuff like that, just use the free one if you use it once in a while. But if you use it quite often and it's for a business, probably should upgrade it. So this completes and wraps up my ChatGPT step-by-step tutorial. Hopefully you guys learned a lot from this. Hopefully you guys gained knowledge from this. So hope just leave some like questions or comments down in the comments so I can answer them and look at the feedback. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you gained some knowledge from this and learned how to use ChatGPT. If you already did, hope you learned more. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video to others who you think might want to watch this, might want to learn some knowledge, and might want to watch this video so they can also learn how ChatGPT works. Thank you so much. See you guys in the next video. Stay tuned. More videos are coming. Thank you. Bye.